in 2010 as well, I did Mad Collab.
This is when the game completely changed for you, boss.
Yes, yes. So going with these string of hits that I had now, I said, yo, I want to do something different this time. I just don't want to produce an next rhythm. So I said I wanted to do a collaborative rhythm. You know what I mean? A rhythm where it's just all collaborations. And actually, I had a song that was done for me before. There's a single that I was doing before. And I was like, for some reason I never like it. The artist, I mean, did a song on it and I never like it, but I'm saying, yo, let me try and knock over this beat. And I started tried a whole heap of different things, and I wasn't liking it. So I'm just kind of park it. And then I came up with this thing and I said, okay, let me do a rhythm with this collaboration. But it was inspired by that song.
Got you.
That song that I didn't release. Still haven't been released.
Still hasn't been released?
Nah.
Yeah.
You understand? And then, I reached out to Charlie Black and Ching Ching, and there are some voices on that again. Charlie Ching Ching, Ding Dong. Charlie Ching Ching and Ding Dong. And they did a song on it, and I was like, yes. I didn't want a two-way collab that was normal. So I wanted 3 or more.
Yeah.
And that's when I reached out to Kartel, and I reached out to Mavado, I reached out to everybody. And so I reached out to some selectors, because at the time, being a DJ, Mataran was doing things same way.
Richie Feelings and them were...
Yes, I reached out to all of them and said, yo, if we can make this happen. And, they made it happen. I reached out to Elephant Man Link, Bounty Killer. Well, actually, that song was supposed to be Elephant Man and Idonia.
That's who it was supposed to be originally.
Yes. So if you notice, Monty said, when you see bad people step up in at the club or if you move, bad people talk at the time was Idonia. So he wrote the song for Idonia. Yeah. For some reason, Idonia, it didn't work out that he recorded. Link him a couple of times and it just never worked out. And he's like, yo, Bounty then. I will link Bounty Killer. As you can see, Bounty Killer, I mean, I don't know if you know the rhythm, but Bounty Killer is on another track on that rhythm with Bugle, Bounty Killer, and Agent Sasko, because that was the original collab for Bounty Killer.
Okay, so then he replaced Idonia, and then that's how the Elephant Man and Idonia came around. But his original song was him, Bugle, and Sasko, you said?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So that would have been the original, and then came about, and Clarks made history. If you want to talk about Clarks, we can do that. You know what I mean? But Clarks,
we soon get into the magnitude of Clarks. But even if you look at that, the Bounty and Elephant Man, I'm surprised that it only has the two of them, because as you're saying, it's usually 3 and up here looking. But that song in particular just had the 2 of them.
Yeah, a funny story as well. I was looking for a third person to put on that track, and I had a few options, but it just wasn't working out for me. It just didn't sound the way I wanted. I wanted it to sound. And then Ellie was just like, "Yo, just to me and Bounty and done." But we did try some other people on it, and it didn't sound the way how we wanted it to sound. So we just say, "Yo, let's just stick with the Bounty and Elephant Man." And it was history at the time, because Bounty and Elephant Man, they didn't do a song for years before this one. So pretty much it would still have made an impact, you put it. So we thought, what, let's just go ahead and do it.
Big there. So then now, Clarks, how did you did you put that together, or you said Kartel you want and he put it together? How did that come together?
Yo, Clarks now is just out of this world. I mean, at that time, man, Kartel cool. I had Kartel number. Kartel used to send me his music, and I used to send him the rhythms and so on. And I sent the rhythm to him and be like, bro, I want the new youth that you're working with. Vanessa Bling, the new youth would have been Popcaan at the time, And I said, yo, just do a collab for me, dog, and make it all flossing and them kind of thing there. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah, do the thing. And Kartel said, okay. In the evening, so I sent it to him like about 10 a.m. in the morning. Roughly around about 4 o'clock, Kartel said, yo, Chrome of the baddest song. I'm going to record it tomorrow. Up or down. And I said, okay. And the next day, I went to work. I was doing my regular engineering work in the studio, and Dan called me. And Dan came and said, Chrome, you have a bad song up here. I don't know how you can manage it. And I was like, so play it now, man, when we hear it. He said, no, bro. No, I'm not playing this here, bro. You have to come listen to this yourself. And that was Clarks. You know what I mean? The next thing I know, I got the Clarks. I heard the Clarks. I was like, yo, this is crazy. And before it was mixed or anything, no, I don't remember the date, but it was one in the week. So this was like a Thursday that all this happened. I said, on a Saturday, I'm going to try it on the radio because it was 100% clean. So I said, let me try this on the radio. I was working on the radio Saturday morning, and I played it on the radio. And the phone lines went like this. The phone lines couldn't stop going off. And my phone, people were calling my phone like, yo, that song there. And I knew that song would have been crazy. So I was just testing it on the radio at that time, and it went crazy. Yeah, so, yeah.
Because that was a legend. That song there, Clark's was one of those songs where the very first time you heard it, that song, but the very first time I heard it, I said, okay, this song is bad.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that song is one of those songs that bad from the intro. From Popcaan said, wow. From Kartel said, wow, go on Popcaan. And he replied, the song is a hit. So it's a hit.
Big. And I think Popcaan even stated that this is where he really got his break from. Was Clark's gave him his big break.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree. Popcaan was doing his thing, you know what I mean? But this was the early days of Popcaan. And for me, he was a new guy. So that's why I mentioned the Kartel. I said, yo, just use a new guy because he was doing him thing. He was doing him thing at the time. And, I was like, yo, just use a new guy. I didn't know he was going to come up with such a catchy slang. You know what I mean? And when you get that new Clarks, daddy, that is out of this world. You know what I mean? So, big up, Papi.
For sure. And then was this one of your first videos that you decided to film? Was Clark's?
No, I mean, in these days, I didn't do any much videos. This video was done by Kartel, actually. Kartel was the one who just did this video.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't do much with videos in those days. I mean, if I get a chance right now, I would reshoot Clarks. I go talk to Kartel about it and see if we can get it done. But it's just one of them songs there, man, where it just out of this world. It's still relevant today, and I think it's still going to be relevant 10 years from now. And video-wise, I just feel like we need a nice, proper video for it, a modern day video for it.
It was, at that time, it worked because it was a lot of street videos. We weren't getting videos like that, but Kartel was the man when it came to music videos. We'd say, yo, just turn on the camera and let's go. That was Kartel. So those street videos were working, but now if you want to give it
I didn't know that. I'm just a reader guy who loved the music. I didn't up to today. I don't watch a lot of videos.
Yeah,
I'm still into the music with the ear, not necessarily with the visuals. Yeah.
Click here to watch a full episode, and don't forget to subscribe.